Welcome back, Dire Wolf here. Now there's been multiple videos from multiple different people about feminism and responding to anti-feminist. The videos I'm referring to aren't from the radical regressive SJW type feminists. No, they're actually people who have been fooled by the radical SJW regressive feminists. For one of those radical ideologues, I will make a separate video responding to all of their points. However, I think I should make one video responding to all of their unwitting followers. And when I say unwitting, I don't mean they're unintelligent. I mean they've received bad information from these radical ideologues that have helped them form an opinion that is not true. Here's a few examples of the individuals I'm referring to.
I am not a feminist because I love and respect traditional men. We don't think we're entitled to more than men. We think we're entitled to what equality? It's not putting us above the man. It's putting us right there level with the man. The majority of feminists are like, yo, just like pay me the same amount and make me equal like to a man.
That was Morgan from MorgrandTV. She was the YouTuber that was attacked by the atheist gamer over her feminist views. The problem with that instance was that he actually attacked her and didn't really counter the arguments. With someone young like this, who is more than likely parroting information they've been taught, it's best to show them the error of what they've been taught rather than pounding on them. Here's a similar clip from a YouTuber named Clarken.
We're gonna light a candle again. I feel like this brightens the vibes in my videos. I don't know. Okay, look at this. It's the same cinnamon one from yesterday.
He's getting us into the mood for feminism.
So a lot of people use the excuse that feminism is toxic or whatever because of a select few people who call themselves feminists who are pretty extreme, really not at all fitting the definition of feminist. Like, let me just point out, the definition of feminist, the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men. So all these people are complaining about these people who are, by definition, not feminists, but are labeling them as feminists. Like, those people who are, like, men haters, who think they're superior to men or whatever, they are not feminists. They are feminazis. Like, if you are a feminist, you simply support the equality between men and women, as I think most people do.
So the common thread here between the last two videos is that Morgan and Ryan both believe that anti-feminists are opposed to the egalitarian roots of the original feminists, which is the same sentiment that Jake Bolton is going to express in this next third and final video example.
Hey, you over there.
Who, me?
Hey, yeah, do you believe that men and women are equal?
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, you're a feminist, that's great.
So, no, I'm not a feminist.
But you just said that men and women are equal. That's feminism.
This is a common misconception. Anti-feminist and most of the skeptic community and most rational people are not opposed to egalitarianism or what feminism was originally built on. The fact is that feminism has undergone several different culture changes over time. It has had three separate and distinct phases. You've probably heard these phases described as first, second, and third wave feminism. First wave feminism very much resembled the definition in the dictionary. However, third wave feminism, which is based off of feminism theory and intersectionality, is worlds apart. It is more of a cultural Marxist movement than it is about egalitarianism. The reason why reasonable people say they don't want to be feminists is not because they don't agree with equality and egalitarianism. It's because they don't want to associate themselves to a movement that is divisive, toxic, and authoritarian. As long as those so-called feminazis are using the term feminist to describe themselves, no one else is going to want to be associated to their messages, particularly when those messages are based off of faulty and deceptive studies that are used to take rights away from and silence other people. An example of one such study is a study on the wage gap. Most feminists will shoot out the fact that women are making less money than men for doing the same job. However, the study that came to this conclusion was not based off of accurate information. The study did not take into account that women chose to, on average, take less regular hours, less overtime hours, and more holiday days and more sick days than men did. In our culture, on average, women are more likely to put family time over work time more often than men are. This did indeed create a gap. However, it was a gap created by choices. That aside, it's worth noting that in America it is illegal for a man to be paid more than a woman or a woman paid more than a man for the same job in the same hours. The main goals for third-wave feminism is to judge someone on their race, gender, and sexual preference, and not on their merits. They believe people should be hired for the sake of diversity, not on their skill or talents. They strive for equality of results, not equality of opportunity. The problem with doing this is it will inherently create laws and policies that support one group over another instead of treating us all as equal. If you're interested in knowing more about what I'm talking about, I'm going to post some videos from some really talented speakers on this topic and some studies in the description of my video. Please take a look at them, and they'll help you broaden your knowledge and understanding of what the feminist movement is and was before. So in conclusion, young feminists, please don't think that anti-feminists are opposed to equal rights for men and women, or that we're even opposed to the actual definition of feminism. We're just opposed to the current modern interpretation of feminism. I also ask you to think critically about the facts and figures coming out of these feminist groups. And please engage with anti-feminists. Don't just hear one side of an argument. And what us skeptics need to do is to also facilitate this dialogue by noticing the difference between a hardcore ideologue and someone who's just misinformed. If we all act like assholes like the atheist gamer, then we'll never win any hearts and minds. And in a culture war, you need to win hearts and minds. Dire Wolf, out.